This is Rose from the Chandler's Rose, and I wanted to come to you quickly tonight and do a quick little video that I only think I'm going to upload to Facebook. So, as you know, I have been testing out fragrances as well as my various piping skills. So I decided to take some oils and use them as my piping sampler set, this, that, and the other. So I'm just going to quickly go over them and just let you all know what's going on. Okay, so the first one is actually, alright, so this is a Russian piping tip, which I think these are kind of like, looks like Shy Little Violets, but you know. Anyway, so this is the fragrance oil called Passionate Kisses from the chemistry store. And this one, if you actually purchase their black cherry fragrance oil, it smells exactly the same. No acceleration, no discoloration. So that one is good to go on its own, especially if you don't care for the actual strength of the black cherry fragrance oil. You have that. The second one is Peach Gardenia. And again, this one, the one thing about Russian piping tips, you definitely have to make sure that your soap batter, your piping batter, is thicker than anything else. I mean, it has to be super, super thick. So this is this one. This one is Peach Gardenia from the chemistry store. And this is it right here. And this one soaked very well as well. There's honestly, none of them have any discoloration to them. None of them accelerated. And I did soap with 50% hard oils. And they were, this last little bit was like room temperature. Well, it had already gone to thick trace by the time I poured it. But this one is white tea and ginger. Oh, for the Peach Gardenia, the fragrance on this one, it's more gardenia than peach. And it smells really great. And it does, and I mean, it really does not accelerate, which I was pretty shocked about. And of course, definitely doesn't discolor. And the same thing for the white tea and ginger. The white tea and ginger smells really, really good. It does not, it doesn't have a overpowering bite to it. It actually smells, if you remember Pier 1, Pier 1 had a linen spray that was basically some kind, I think it was white tea and ginger. And this is exactly what this one is. And it is gorgeous. And I made these about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And the fragrance has stuck. So it's really, really good. So the next one is Pineapple Cilantro. Oh, no, excuse me. Peach Cilantro. And this one is new to, let's see, that's number 4. Okay. I lied, and forgive me for my lies. It's Peach Citrus. It's Peach Citrus from the chemistry store. See, this is why I'm not relying on my own notes, but I'm actually showing you all these, and that's why I numbered them. So, you would know. And this one, the peach, actually, again, for this one, is not an overwhelming peach fragrance. It's more of a citrus that you can smell, plus a sharp note underneath it, but it's still good. I mean, it really is still good. And sorry for my hand all in the way. This one here is Pineapple Jasmine from the chemistry store, and I love this one. This one is really, really just beautiful. It smells great, and the colors on top of this one, oh, I meant to tell you that on top of all of this is their Japanese, let's see if I can get this, Japanese tea and honey. That's what the piped top is fragranced in. Now this one here, the Pineapple Jasmine one, it actually smells really good. And the pineapple, it is hard to detect, or it's really hard to distinguish one from the other out of the bottle. But from the actual it has a soft, clean fragrance to it that I like. So this one is good as well. I would highly recommend. And again, it doesn't accelerate or discolor. And then last but not least is my Mish Mash. And you know, what I do is when I have the last little dibs and dabs of any type of fragrance oil, I pour it into one container, one plastic measuring cup, one glass measuring cup. And I pretty much leave it in there until I get enough to make a batch. And I was going to do just the Mish Mash, but I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. I mean, because in the actual measuring cup, it smells good. But once it starts to work, and as you can see, there are some elements of the Mish Mash fragrance oil that actually turns, that discolors. So this one is just probably going to have to be used up as a personal soap. It does smell good. I mean, it smells really good. It's nothing distinguishable, but it does smell good. So that, of course, that Mish Mash will not be sold because I couldn't tell you half of the oils that are in there anymore because that's like a year's worth of collection. But again, the top is the Japanese tea and honey, which is, I would have to honestly say, is worth it. Now, something else I wanted to show you all is, you know, when we're sitting here and we're like, oh my gosh, what should I do with having something to mix up my lye waters in? Okay, so this is the container from the chemistry store, okay, with all their product information. And I actually save these. I rinse them with, I do a vinegar wash with them. And then after the vinegar wash, I let them sit with some lukewarm dishwater for about 4 or 5 days. And then I pour it out. And then I wash them out. I let them air dry in a separate dish rack that I have that's only for my soaping stuff. And then I reuse them. And I reuse these to mix up my lye waters. And they hold up. In fact, I've been doing that since about 2013. And of course, I always check the bottoms to make sure that it's not wearing through or anything over time. And it's always fine. So this is what I do to mix up my lye waters. And of course, as you see, I also use it as storage. So these are just, you know, that's just a little tip that you can use for yours. I don't, I don't recommend anything, you know, crazy or anything like that. And then I also wanted to show you all, this was a couple months ago. You see this purple? This is a gorgeous purple. I had leftover batter and I was just playing around with my very new piping tips. And I didn't spray the tops with any alcohol or anything, so some stuck, some didn't. But this blue is the Royal Blue Gel Lab Color from the chemistry store. If you do not force gel, you will get this gorgeous, gorgeous purple. And it will stay purple. And I used to do my Kentish Rain in blues, and only to realize that the tops would turn purple and stay purple. So I've had to learn to just not do that anymore. So anyway, I wanted to show you all this, and I wanted to show you all some of the stuff that I've been working on. I don't know if I posted this in the Facebook group, but this is Business Classy. And as you can see, some parts of it right here did not discolor because there's no fragrance oil in it. And to be honest with you, I didn't make these to sell. I made these just to test out the fragrance. And as you can see, some parts the fragrance did not take. And I'm not even mad about that. And the top's actually pretty. I don't know how I achieved that with just the, oh, you know what? I used a Bordeaux fragrance, not fragrance oil, Bordeaux mica from Brambleberry. And I just did it along the top, but that's what I've got. And I'm using natural light right now because I ran out of time doing my other stuff. But anyway, I wanted to show you all those, and I wanted to show you what my first mate, the colors didn't stay what I wanted them to, but I did want like a deep ocean lagoony type look to it because it was Bootstrap Bill, and he did get well, it was made in respect of Bootstrap Bill. And, you know, he was at the bottom. He went into the locker. So it does have like a seaweedy look. I was trying to make seaweed up here with the shells. But anyway, and this is the piping. That's why you see these holes here. It's because of the piping. But I'm pretty satisfied with the colors. I'm pretty satisfied. The smell is great. When you smell this, it's actually not unisex. It's honestly more feminine once it's been soaked, which is kind of not what I was going for. But hey, we'll roll with the punches on this one. So anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you all. And if you have any questions, of course, comment below, or you can email me and ask me the questions. And I hope you all have a great night.